He's so good at that. Oh, we're live. All right, Bang Bang. Welcome to the Mid Show, presented by Miller Lite. Hey, shout out to Miller Lite, man.
Love Miller Lite.
No matter what team you're rooting for, listen, you're out there. You're rooting for. You like the Saints, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But LSU.
I really, college is my domain. Like I respect the Saints, and that's But
Who's your bowl game against?
Wisconsin.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, I think we're laying
That's
7.5.
a Miller Lite place.
The birthplace of Miller Lite.
Well, I hate to break it to Miller Lite, but we're gonna put one on them, and I'm gonna enjoy a nice cold one while we do it.
Steal it, vanquish them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Badger fans, Tiger fans, all alike will be drinking Miller Lite for that one. And yeah, like I said, doesn't matter who you root for, Miller Lite is the way to go. Just make sure you drink responsibly, though. You can make it Miller time all season long. Get Miller Lite delivered right to your door. Visit MillerLite.com/redline. Or you can find it pretty much anywhere that they sell beers. Celebrate responsibly, like I said. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. It's that simple, isn't it right, David?
That's right, Ed.
Thank you, Dave.
You know what? It would make a great. We have that white elephant, thing happening soon. What if you just spent all of like your money on Miller Lite and put it in a box? I think that'd be like the best gift ever, right?
My heart.
It would warm mine too,
Yep.
and it'd be heavy.
Be very nice. Shout out Lowercase Dave. We were just in the Lowercase Dave conversation. So you were talking about how you want to change your name to Megan?
Well, not necessarily I want to, but I mean, I go back and forth because, like Megan making money, I entered into Twitter like as, just a gambler. And I feel like I'm a little bit more than a gambler these days. So I kind of just wanted to like go by like Megan. But
I feel like everybody only calls you Megan, though.
yeah, I agree with that. So I feel like I have to keep it on the Twitter. I have to because.
Yeah.
No, but I do think like when you're referred into, I don't want to say more proper term, but if it's like, oh, who's going from like whatever, it's like, it's like the Anus guys and Megan making money and like Chaps.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there is like something to the moniker.
And it's an alliteration. It just sounds good.
Mm-hmm. It does have the alliteration, which is important for a nickname. However, it's a lot of syllables. Too many syllables.
But it rolls off the tongue a little.
It does easily, yes.
Making money can be metaphorical. It doesn't have to be about gambling. It could be about good content. It could be about just Megan doing her thing, making money.
Yeah, I could.
It's only 6 syllables.
It's a lot for a name.
And they're each two. They're each two. So
you don't like Meg, though, you said, though, right?
Yeah, no, I don't.
Because of Family Guy?
Family Guy ruined that for you?
I don't see myself as a Meg. You guys have known me long enough now. Would you guys ever like think to call me Meg?
No.
No, because you hate it.
Family Guy might have ruined it, but
that.
Meg the Stallion might have brought it back.
Well, I got my name from a Megan the Stallion song.
Oh, really?
I did, yeah.
Wow.
That's where it came from.
I didn't know she was around for that long.
Yeah.
What's that supposed to mean?
I thought she was like, she's been hot in the streets for what, past 2-3 years? I thought you had it before
I made
that.
my Twitter like September, November, like 2020.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah, I mean, she was getting after it, and a lot of her older mixtapes when she was Tina Snow, actually a lot better quality in my opinion.
Okay.
All right.
I can make
SoundCloud Megan.
Meg the Egg.
Meg the Egg.
Meg the Egg.
I don't
That's how
know
I felt
anything
driving
about
in
her,
today.
But I think it was the MLB All-Star game this past summer. She was going out to throw out the first
For
pitch.
the Astros. Because she's from Houston.
That actually is correct. It was the MLB.
She was wearing those very tight white jeans.
Pants, and they were legit giving her a colonoscopy on TV.
She had those things painted on.
Hell yeah.
Painted on.
But she's all
and
natural.
that camera
she's-
was zoomed in straight directly into her ass.
They knew what they were doing.
As it
Oh, yeah,
should
they
have
did.
been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What year was this?
It's all blending together. I thought it was like the
It was-
All-Star game, but it might have been the playoffs 2020.
I think it was the year that, or not last year, but the year before when we won the World Series.
Yeah, 2022,
Yeah.
right?
So it was before the new jeans came in style for the girls?
Yeah, it was when she was there. They were definitely a pair of skinnies. They weren't like the mom jeans.
What's your take on that?
I personally, as a woman, love the mom jeans because they're just way more comfortable. You're just way more versatile. But I also know that men hate them, and they would much rather see a nice butt in a tighter jean.
It's weird. Jeans are like they're the oldest pant, I feel like, and the butt looks the best in them.
Yeah. Are the mom jeans, we're talking like the
No.
parachute pants.
I think the ass looks fan-fucking-tastic in jeans.
Well,
Even in a mom jean?
No,
Like a bag?
no.
Okay.
You need like the
Yeah, there we go.
2010 jeans.
Sorry I did that, Danny, but oh wow, yeah, you're right.
But this is just a still shot. The camera was like legitimate,
Right on her ass.
you don't get to
like
see
as
that jiggle
zoomed in
with
as
the
it
picture.
possibly. It was a telescope into her asshole.
What were you gonna say, Danny? Oh, my apologies.
I don't even know.
But
Apology accepted.
I think that's a The yoga pants are still supreme.
Yeah, leggings.
Yeah, I mean, but like jeans, the ass looks fantastic in a pair of those like low riding like 2008-9 style jeans.
See, I would argue to say
I
that,
think-
that it looks better in like the newer, skinnier, like
I
higher
agree.
waisted because you get to see the full shape.
Taper.
You can see the full shape if it's lower waisted.
And yes and no. You have like it's like a weird hip ratio.
Yeah.
You see what you see where I'm going with this?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. I'm with you on that argument. You take it up a little bit higher, you get that what?
Can I get your?
Well,
Taper guy?
the leggings don't lie,
No, you
right?
can't,
Like
can't
jeans,
lie,
you might fill into them a little bit differently, but the leggings are just painted on no matter what.
See, I actually got something different that doesn't lie.
Oh,
There's a girl who could rock the fuck out of a romper. That means she's like the realest deal.
I will say that rompers are very hard to wear because just it's like you're a newborn. Whenever you go have to pee as a girl,
Right.
you have to take the entire thing off.
yeah. When
nice.
I would
Not my
never,
problem. I
ever,
love the
For-
romper. I
for
feel like we
you.
saw
when
a
Chiefs,
lot of rompers in Nashville.
when Chief's wearing that rompum, he's getting naked in the bathroom every time.
What's funny is the last time I wore a romper was in Nashville.
There you go. Me too.
Man.
Pink, a nice pink romper
Ah.
with a cowboy hat. Find it on my Instagram.
You're like, I don't know. You're free in the bathroom. And
But it's not good when you're like you're hovering, you're
You got a hover?
3 drinks in and I hover at I'm not putting my butt on a public toilet seat.
I don't know
squatting?
what goes on in the girls' bathroom.
I mean, it's way cleaner than the boys, but I mean, like you're holding the stall walls and you're hanging it
Okay.
over so that you're not touching but with the romper down, especially people you don't even lock those doors once you get a little tipsy, and so it's like someone walks in on you, you're butt ass naked.
Yeah, it's a dressing
Right.
room.
yeah, like
Yeah.
like a busy Cubs game day where it's like,
Oh
It's gotta be
Like,
so miserable.
that's
It
what you
is.
don't want. But like she explained to me the other day here that pretty much there is 3 women's bathroom here, and there's basically 3 women that work here. 4.
Oh, you
right?
guys have your own private bathroom.
I
Your own
guarantee
throne?
there are literally toilets in the women's restroom in this office that I don't believe have been used yet.
Totally, I could see that.
Definitely.
You gonna remove the sign?
Hold on. It's Megan,
Paige,
Paige,
Joe,
Meg.
Mackenzie.
Steph.
Mackenzie, Madeline, stuff. So more than that. My
Yeah.
apologies.
But
But
not as
still-
many as there are toilets.
because that one, the kitchen one has like 6 stalls.
Yeah.
The one upstairs has
Wait,
4
There's
stalls.
a
Kitchen
bathroom
toilet?
in the kitchen?
Oh yeah,
There's 2 bathrooms over there. That's
They're the biggest ones too.
you guys.
I didn't even know there was
we get a-
bathrooms.
How
Get
big is this fucking office?
it's huge.
This is breaking.
Yes, I didn't know
news.
there was bathrooms over there either until she told
And
me.
they're the largest ones. They also use them for like storage. There's like big roadie roller things that we use for like game days and stuff in there.
And I've been in that kitchen. I've been back by the
It's right,
freezer.
but it's like as soon as you walk in, it's to the right. Like you can walk back around the corner too. It's like by where the
like the bar?
Yeah, it's by the
yeah, it's
bar.
by
It's
the
on the
bar.
side of it.
But yeah, it's the biggest one, and then you have the other one downstairs.
There's a men's over there too?
Yeah, there's a men's, and they probably
Yeah.
have 6 stalls.
Is it illegal if we take a virtual camera and have Megan give us a tour of the bathroom?
I mean, I don't think so. I mean,
It would be like workplace violation.
The way she said that there's like 7 stalls, I'm like this like.
I have my pick. Anytime I go in, I'm just like, which one? Which one am I gonna go?
Is there a
in?
couch in there?
No, there was in my high school bathroom though.
Yeah.
This is like at the same time, like if somebody makes a mess, you're gonna know.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
that thankfully all of us women here respect each other, and it's always pristine in there.
Is it
We even
though?
have a refrigerator in the one upstairs.
Stop.
It's a little small Frigidaire refrigerator. I promise.
What are you putting there?
Yeah, what do you need? You guys
could-
hang out in there?
Well, no, but like you put tampons in there.
Oh, they stay fresh longer?
No, they're not. It's like not like cigarettes. Put tampons in the freezer.
Or like bread?
No, but like like the
I
little.
think you're making some sense.
You can put some like makeup in there. Like if you're puffy, there's like the eye strips that a former coworker would wear all the time.
Who?
Bennett. The
Current coworker wears them all the time too.
Jeff DeLoe.
Yeah.
Oh well, there you go. That's a better sponsor for you. But you put those in there whenever it's cold, and it like will help.
I love those
depuff your
things.
your face.
I've only used
or-
them from Jeff, and they're very refreshing.
Have you done it with them from the fridge?
I'm not sure.
It's even better.
Do they work though?
Yeah, they do for sure.
They I don't know if they work, but they feel refreshing.
They
feel good.
hydrate and they lock all of your like if you put some skin products on it, like locks it in.
Do you frequent those? Like, how did you get it?
No, I mean Jeff had them on his desk.
Oh, got you.
But they're like cold against your face, and it feels good.
As a man card guy, how do you feel about that?
I I've always said I want it. I still haven't ever done a mani-pedi, but that's like on my.
They're nice.
I believe it.
That should have been a day and date. We still need to do that.
Yeah.
I've had it on my list to plan.
Next year.
You gotta wait till next
I
year.
looked up.
Next year, missed it
I mean,
this
they
year.
are open every single day this week. I'm just saying. I looked it up a couple days ago because I thought we were meeting yesterday.
Should we go before the Christmas party tomorrow? Me and you just go get a mani-pedi?
We have a Christmas party tomorrow?
Well, not party, but just gift exchange.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
You know what I regret not pitching for the holiday party is we should have got a suite somewhere. That would have been a good use of.
What would you want to use a suite for in this fucking town?
It doesn't matter. I mean, listen, obviously all our teams suck, but if you could watch it from a suite, it's always fun.
I thought you meant like I thought you meant like a hotel room.
That's what I
suite.
thought, too.
Oh, no.
I'm like,
no.
why the fuck would we all
To be
have
honest,
like a hotel
being a
party?
perv.
All sitting on king-size beds the whole
Yeah.
time drinking.
Did you guys ever have a hotel party in high
Oh,
school?
yeah.
Those were so weird.
Oh,
you had
no.
no place to sit.
But they're by necessity.
Wait,
no
wait,
one
wait,
chooses to
what?
party
The
at a
Lombard
hotel.
Residence Inn, it was like a fucking village. And I think all residence inns are like that. There's like
Yeah.
two,
With the
that-
I know.
like
yeah,
two
yeah, yeah.
stories.
Kitchen, yeah.
Fucking great, dude. You just dump water on your buddy when he's walking past. Throw the phone book at him. Drop it on his head.
the Bible.
Yeah.
Do wrestling moves from the balcony onto the bed.
Yes, it was the best. It was the best.
We never did that stuff.
We didn't have.
No,
a
I'm
hotel
saying like
party either.
a
City kids.
suite to Zach.
I feel like city
Zach
kids
Bryan.
would have to hide less than the suburban kids from people. There's more bigger fish to fry. Like Naperville, that's all they cared about was busting underage kids drinking.
Oh
It's
yeah.
it's just harder to hide though.
Because you're all close quarters. And
Yeah.
always a neighbor around.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Your mom's friend seeing you carrying a case of
Have you guys ever ran
beer
from
into
a
the
party?
woods. Oh yeah.
I never
Oh,
ran.
yeah.
I never ran. I always
Oh,
just stayed there
yeah.
and just faced it. I was like, well,
Like, you got me, officer.
yeah.
We-
Oh.
My sophomore year of college, we got popped by the Naperville police so often that our baseball coach issued an ultimatum, like zero strike policy, one more drinking ticket, RA violation, whatever, you're done. So we would, and this was on the heels of one of our house parties got busted. We didn't have frats, so we had like the baseball house, football house, volleyball, whatever. And those were like our frats and where all the parties were. And the baseball house got busted, and the cops, they knocked on the door, and they knew that people would immediately just book through the sliding door. So they had people out in the back and everything, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, the old fish.
And they're taking IDs of everybody. Everybody's fucked up and everything. And they left the sliding door open. And
Responsibly.
this is in the middle of winter. It's like this time of year. And I'm like next in line to give my ID, and I see that door is open. And I made eye contact with the cop, and he looks at the door, and we're just like in that little standoff right there. And without thinking about it, this cop gave me 3 tickets on 3 separate occasions at different points in my life. And I was out that door so fucking fast.
Chase
Just
you?
going.
Who
Oh,
wa-
yeah. He chased me for a second, but he realized that he wasn't catching me.
Yeah.
It was this fat suburban cop.
Who was the court? Was it Baker Mayfield that had like the video of him running from the cops? That was so funny.
Yep.
Like that reminded
Baker
me.
did?
Yeah, I think
He got
it
in
was
trouble
Baker.
once for like under.
It was a video, and he was like he was about to get put in the cop car.
I
and
know
he's standing there,
Stetson Bennett had an issue, right?
but he ran, and
Yeah,
it was
I had one.
so it was
Tommy
really
Rees had an
funny.
issue.
It has to suck being a fat cop, just knowing that you're about to
Yeah,
get
you
beat by
just-
this kid.
But it was so funny because we made eye contact, and I did one of those side eyes, and he did the exact same thing, and it was like, it's on right now. If you're gonna do it, do it. I'm gonna try to catch you for a second. I got away. I was
That's
running.
awesome.
I was running with my buddy Steve.
Shout out Steve.
Yep.
Shout out Steve.
What's Steve up to?
He's doing well.
He's still running.
I wonder if
Living in the woods.
suburban cops still go that hard.
I guarantee you.
I bet it's
think
gotten
so?
worse. I would imagine.
1,000%.
You think they're confiscating vapes?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. We never had that kind of shit in high school.
They
It
just
was
gotta-
cigarettes or nothing.
It's got a Ziploc bag with
And I
a
never
ton
did.
of vapes, and you're
Yeah.
like, we seized 84 of these today.
They're all glowing and
on
leaking.
on the top of the cop car, like
Yeah.
all different brands.
I got myself a strawberry today.
Oh, we found 3 marijuana-based ones. I could see it.
We should test it.
I could see it. I got popped in Park Ridge once, and I wasn't drinking that day, so I just stopped running. I was like, what do I got to hide? But the girl whose house it was, she ran, and so then she got caught. She's like, oh, this is my house, and there were people still inside, like holding the door, like not letting people in, and they're like, hey, if you're in there, you are now being charged with breaking and entering because that's not your house.
God.
And I don't even know if that's true. Could that possibly be right?
They just can say
No.
whatever.
Yes.
It's fair. It's a fair enough threat.
Yeah,
And it's
so,
scary.
It sounds real to
Right.
me. Even sitting here, be like, oh fuck, they got me.
so
I
I'm
would-
like, all right. They opened the door. My buddy got plowed, and just they,
I have a story about running from the police that involves a car that I don't think you guys would believe me if I told it.
You were in
so
O.J. Simpson's
I want
vehicle?
to
It was this white Bronco.
I want to get Nick in here, who you guys both know. He's a Notre Dame kid. Oh, you know him. I don't know if Danny does, but we were in a high-speed chase with a police officer in downtown Naperville.
And you got out?
driving.
Yes. I swear to.
How
How did it end?
So
Were you driving or him?
I was not driving. I was underage drinking in the back seat, but so I I had about
helicopter over you.
I had a
Pull
check
over now.
written out to me for my student from a private loan I took out, and I paid off like $8,500 of my tuition with it, which I paid off my balance with it, and I had like $1,500 cash that I had in my dorm room sticking over. So I was like the richest kid on earth at the time. And we're at a house party, and there was this Mexican place that stayed open till 4 a.m. in Naperville that we would obviously
Of
go
course,
to
White Sox
fucking
Dave wants a burrito.
5 a.m. Everybody wants a burrito. It's a late night place. So one of my roommates, I'm not going to name him, he gets in the car, and I'm like, hey, you drive, I'll pay for everybody's food. So we're driving down Ogden Avenue, actually, the same Ogden right here, through Naperville, and
Way to
we see a
dox us.
cop. We see a cop come out right behind us. My buddy, he turns off immediately so the cop wouldn't follow him. When all we had to do is go to another block to this Mexican place. So the cop naturally follows him, and as we're going back down it's called Plank Road. It's parallel to Ogden. She stops we turn off into a subdivision that it's like a U. It started here, looped around, and ended here. The cop was baiting us to see if we would just pop out of that side street back onto Plank Road. So she waited there at the end of the road, and sure enough, we popped out. Gladys, bombed.
Oh, no.
Bombed from the cop.
He panicked?
Panicked, tries to get back to the dorm room. Okay, this is my sophomore year, so we're staying in Kimmel Hall. To all the North Central listening out there. And
Division
I
3
swear
runner-up.
to God, we were driving 80-plus miles an hour through these little side neighborhood streets in downtown Naperville, and I was considering opening the door and just tumbling
Bailing?
out. Bailing, yes. He was bombing through stop signs, red lights, everything. So we get back to the dorm. It was middle of winter. He slid on the fucking on dry or black ice, almost fucking T-boned us on a tree. We get out of the car, and there's guns pointed at us from every single fucking direction.
Stop.
What?
I swear to fucking Christ.
Jeez, was there a
I
helicopter
swear
overhead?
to Christ that happened.
How many?
It was 3 of us. Cops, I had 3 squad cars probably.
What was his punishment?
So
Doing life.
I accidentally dropped his name. He is of,
Yeah, I know. I wasn't
I
going
know.
to say that.
He's of Greek descent, and his uncle is big shot lawyer or something.
Say
and
less.
the judge in DuPage County also Greek. It was some like handshake deal. He didn't get a DUI or anything. He got 0 tolerance, license, like all that. It didn't turn it. He didn't do like jail time or anything like that. But it was a big deal. I was part of it.
How have I
Personally,
never heard this story before?
Yeah, we've cut hours and hours. audio.
We've never talked about running from the cops before. I just
Absolutely,
never come
we
up.
have.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know how it's never come up, but I can get my.
I believe you that
Yeah.
this happened. I'm more upset that you've never told it in the 5 years that we've been doing podcasts.
Podcasting.
Yeah,
Real.
yeah.
Probably would have been a good episode.
Stuck up.
Shout out.
Jeez. Dave, tell me about the solo stove before you continue.
Well, I recently quit smoke, just like with like the dog father.
There we go,
Yeah.
Dave.
What do you want to know about it? I mean, you hate going to like bonfires and all that kind of stuff in the summer. You come back, you smell like burning leaves and all that. This is a smokeless grill. It's fantastic. Great for northern climate, which
Yep.
obviously Chicago is. You fire that thing up. I just got one like a week or 10 days ago.
You got a solo stove?
Yeah, it's on the deck right now.
Oh,
yeah.
I want to roast marshmallows. Can I do it over that?
Oh, that you can
Sure.
roast. You can do whatever you want on
I
it.
can roast whatever I
And
want. Weenies?
It is completely and totally smokeless.
I love that.
Snoop is the official spokesperson, like Dave said. They got a Snoop stove. It's a limited edition bonfire pit designed by Snoop himself. Each custom fire pit comes with a going smokeless bucket hat and a limited run of stickers.
I love stickers and a bucket hat. So if the solo stove didn't already sell me, I'm in.
That's it. Dougie Applesauce, put in an order for me before they sell out. please. Thank you, Dougie. So yeah, run, don't walk to solostove.com to pick up the limited edition pit and join Snoop in going smokeless for good.
You guys are still procrastinating, looking for Christmas gifts for your old man. That's a great gift for your dad.
Having some Miller Lights around
yeah.
the Solo Stove.
Yep.
I mean, what a better pairing.
You're gonna end up saving so much money on not having to buy new clothes after that bonfire too. Great investment.
100%.
Do you guys agree that weenies are best over?
I like the char on them.
Yeah.
Over a fire.
I like steamed hot dogs, but I like them like little burnt even.
I gotta say though, I don't know if I've ever cooked one over an open flame.
That's one of my favorite things to do.
I cook it over the stove. I stick it with a fork when I'm in a hurry. Just cook it over the stove.
In the house?
Oh yeah.
Does it like drip on your?
No. It doesn't smoke or anything. You just get the nice little casing. It warms it up.
What do you put it? Through a stick?
Fork.
Oh wow.
I do the broiler. You gotta do the roast method that I mentioned when we were back in the old office. But if you put one of the a good Vienna hot dog in there, and speaking of which, I've been craving Portillo's. I don't know. I've been craving it.
Always sounds good.
I think I might have to get it tonight. Speaking of hot dogs, but that's neither here nor there. But you put it under the roaster at like 400, and that casing gets so crispy, and like it's just the best.
I've never done that.
I want a hot dog.
I'm like
hot dog real bad.
Homemade grilled. If it's at a stand, I want it.
You want a dirty water?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I think I would take it grilled every time. It's just not the norm.
Yeah.
Whenever I first got here, I didn't realize that there was like two-way like char dog or steamed dog, and I learned very quickly that you need to know exactly which one you want because people don't like to wait.
I mean, 90% of them are just steamed, anyways. A lot of places. You don't,
Fatso's does the char dog.
Yeah, but that's like
they're in the minority for
There's
sure.
a place by my house, Poochie's, that does charred or like a char burger or char dog, and
I like the char.
sandwich.
No, I haven't been. I've been a Ducks. Is it Ducks or Dukes? I don't
closed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Really?
live right there.
Guess she'll never go again.
Sorry you had to find out that way, Dave. Ducks, the DUK?
Yeah.
They got sued by Donald Duck or something.
No, they
What?
shut the
Yeah.
fuck
I
up.
thought that was like
It
public
was
domain
Daffy.
now.
No, is it? No, Winnie the Pooh's public domain.
Like Disney's.
We can make a
characters or something.
Winnie the Pooh
Pod.
movie right now.
That's how they made the horror movie, Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
so how they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Why don't we slap him on some merch then?
Ed, do you ever do a Winnie the Pooh?
Why don't we do Winnie the Pooh Bears merch?
That's done.
Oh.
Great idea.
What, like walk around with no pants on?
Yeah, just a
Like
shirt.
Billy?
Just a shirt.
That's already Clark the Cub.
They're playing like a bunch of teddy bears. Might as well.
Yeah.
We could actually come out with our own line of Eeyore shit since we say it so much.
Dude, we should. I didn't. Eeyore's public domain too. The whole
figured.
cast.
I figure.
Boodle.
Piglet, Roo, Kanga.
We don't know when Eeyore got introduced. If he was introduced later, so he might have a couple years still.
But the horror movie included Piglet.
Guess
and
who's
the
being
other-
Eeyore about our Eeyore merch idea?
Unreal.
Fucking Eeyore.
not
over
being
here.
Eeyore, I'm just
Yeah,
pointing out
we
possible
probably
problems.
can't do that. We probably can't do it.
Oh, bother.
Someone
Don't
put his tail
bother.
back
We-
on.
What if Eeyore came out a few years later?
I don't think we could put them on the merch, guys.
Damn.
Just saying.
Leave me alone. I'm going to listen to My Chemical Romance.
Evanescence.
Helena's a good song.
Don't.
You.
On a lighter note, me and Ed are parking buds. I don't know if you guys know that. We park by each other almost every day.
You guys
Yeah.
wait for each other?
We did today.
You know he's watching you with his Tesla cameras. Just so you know.
I judged her hard today.
Really?
Why,
You
bad
played
park
back
job?
the tape?
She did a bad park job, but the route she took to her.
That's a route I have to take.
No, you.
I promise you.
You don't want to go by that light pole.
I know that's the way I do go. I go in that way, and then I flip around the light pole, and then I try to get in that first spot and back in, so I just can hit drive and go.
People been hitting that light pole.
I have
Really?
that.
Yeah.
People
Who
ain't
else
me.
did? Dave?
Dave, I don't think so.
Well, PFT to start it off, right?
Yeah.
Was there anyone after him?
Sales lady Maggie hit it
Oh.
on Monday.
It is deceiving a little.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I've-
If you look at it straight up, you'd be like, no, how could you hit that? But when you're making that turn, it's way
You
closer
watched
than
me.
you
I know that
I don't
turn. I even went through that UPS truck that was sitting there
that.
behind there. I kind of gave him the hands, like, what the hell, man? Why are you here?
I also don't realize that people are watching us because you rolled up, and I guess I like waved. You waved at me, and I must have like mirrored your wave. And Meeks, the sales guy, is like, "Yeah, I saw you waving at someone real weird." I was like, "Yeah, it was Megan. She was whatever."
I saw that. I watched it all go down, actually. He said
You saw that too?
Yeah, I was talking to
That's
him.
really
He
weird.
said you did the finger wave.
Did I do? I
You
was
did-
like, I feel like I'd only do that if
you
I
did
was
one of
mirroring
these.
her. Did I?
Yeah,
You notice it
he
too?
did one of these.
Oh no, he's fluttering.
Oh,
the
he does
fingers.
he does this.
like
He-
toodaloo.
I think you were doing.
Yeah,
you were
did
mirroring.
you did the.
What's
Dr.
your give us your normal
Pulled
way.
the Dr. Melfi.
Yeah, no.
That was
Whoa,
what was
that's
that
it.
first
Go
one?
back to the finger wag.
Very stationary arm up there.
I was just getting
Red
it on in
Ed.
the right position.
yeah.
Do you not know how to wave?
What's wrong with that?
that
like
looks
a-
very
That's
unnatural.
the princess.
Yeah, that's a
wave.
runway
The
model.
princess wave.
So, I know you were mirroring me because whenever I pulled in, I went to like a toodaloo,
All right, see, I
and
was a
then you did
mirror
like a
situation.
toodaloo. Yeah.
We need a
Everyone's,
waving seminar.
I know I'm being watched from. We're bugged in this office 24/7.
Okay, don't you guys
Yeah,
have
be
something
very
to
careful
do?
with how you're doing your salutes and your fingers.
It wasn't a salute. It was a wave. I just want to get the arm up first.
That's a weird
It's like,
angle.
you're like a robot.
Hey, make sure that
Dude, no, that's
one,
unfair.
make
That,
sure no one takes screen grabs of that and puts
No,
them in the
that's-
stall on you.
that's so unfair. That
I
I mean-
don't do that.
Please don't.
Yeah, he
Don't
would.
take a screen grab of that.
That would be not funny at all.
When I mean, historically, Russians and Nazis don't get along very well.
Oh,
It's true.
Just saying. You can't have both sides. That
I'm self-conscious of how I wave now.
You're gonna like
Not
well, you should be because you
Nazis
can't
and
do it
Italians
right.
get along very well.
gonna
though.
overthink it.
He is an Italian.
What do you mean? Dave? We got to get back to the man card. I saw that video of you covering your ears when the fire alarm went off. What was that?
I was hungover. I was bitching about being hungover
chasing
the
ball.
entire day.
Don't chase the ball.
Yeah, I know.
He's
What
trying
do
to
we
get
chasing
you.
That
the
fire
ball? The
alarm-
conversation moves. We're not just going to focus on my. I'm not going to wave the whole show.
The fire alarm was.
I'll
That was
let
a
him
quick
chase the
ejector
ball.
button.
It was awful.
Everybody on the planet has been through some sort of fire alarm at school, wherever, and they're loud and obnoxious. And I was hungover, and I didn't want to deal with it, so I covered my ears and went outside.
Pull up the clip if you can, Lance.
I was also not
This
happy
is
for the
the
record. I
least-
thought that was very
the-
unnecessary.
What?
The fire alarm. I didn't know what was. I knew
This
we
is
didn't.
the least necessary
Spider pulled it.
video.
Did he
in
really?
History of.
Why?
Oh no, that means Dave's worried about this.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not. I
That's
went
what that
outside
means.
and hung out with like Titus and Shay. I think it was.
Shay. Sachet.
Do we have the clip or no?
I was on. It was on Barstool Chicago recently. Oh, it's on the YouTube too.
I mean, maybe the toughest look, Dave going like this.
And it's and he did the
The backwards.
yeah the back
Like he's like a little kid. Like
Yeah.
I'm not listening to you, mom.
yeah it wasn't like yes exactly.
I can't hear you.
That was a visceral reaction, Dave.
I don't think it was.
If I'm
That
not
is
gonna
not-
lie, I'm behind you, and my reaction was the exact same. But you just didn't see how angry I was when I stormed him.
Mincy didn't blink.
He didn't even know that it was happening.
Yeah,
He thought we were live.
he couldn't hear it.
He wanted to burn.
Yeah.
What's Mincy doing today?
I saw him. He seemed like he's doing well.
Yeah, in good spirits.
He's always in good spirits.
He's a happy guy.
Oh yeah. I mean Mississippi, Ole Miss. Apparently they're
He's
still
raking in transfers.
Yeah.
Transfers.
Transfer portals.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Hashtag come to the
Transfers.
sip.
Double sip.
You're not about the sip?
Definitely not Ole Miss.
No.
I have
Fuck Ole Miss.
actually, randomly enough, same buddy that was in the high speed teach. He does a SEC trip every
The Greek
year.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does the SEC trip every year, and I would have never guessed it because Mississippi. I just think it's like an Eastern European, just nothing country, kind of like Ukraine, Belarus, like all. It's just there. That's what I think of Mississippi, and
You
I've
just need
heard
to go.
that Ole Miss is the absolute fucking best college football experience on planet Earth.
You're wrong. It's LSU, but I will say the Grove is.
I mean,
they
you
have
have
a, they have a
bias.
great
Where
tailgate.
Where are the prettiest girls?
He said LSU,
Yeah, they
Where-
were they
what
were
was
dressed
that
for
thing?
church.
or not
in
LSU.
there.
He said Ole Miss. He
Oh,
said
really?
Ole
What's
Miss,
it called,
they're
the
all-
Grove or whatever?
Yeah, the Grove is great, but they're all bitches.
What's
I
the
mean,
Grove?
It's where that's where they tailgate. And yeah, I'm saying it again. Every girl that I've known that's went to Ole Miss has been a bitch.
Is the Grove the Tigerland of?
No, Tigerland is where all the bars are. Like the tailgate spots are like around the stadium, but like the Grove is like this. They put out white tablecloths for their tailgates, and everyone is
Love that.
in their pearls and like.
Love that too.
So yeah, you would love all of those bitches.
Brandon Walker actually is a good retort for why the Grove is not the best, and it's because they do not allow grills.
They don't allow girls. That's
Oh.
true.
How do you cook?
Yeah, what?
They have to
What are
bring
they-
everything in crock pots.
They're all using a solo stove.
and silver that then silver spoons.
I mean, I like a little crock pot meal, but you got to be able to have
No
a grill.
grill.
Down, see, down.
Not even like a little electrical flat top or nothing?
I don't think so.
The Michael Scott George Foreman.
All right, I think Brandon Walker.
Huh.
I think that's 1 point for him.
But-
One point for
so.
Mississippi State.
But be honest though, is state?
State sucked. I hated it. The 3 months that I went there, I was miserable.
Oh, I didn't know you went there.
Yeah, I lived in the south, like on the coast, which is like actually a nice area. We have a beach and whatnot, and it's not just like no shoes.
I've been to
Mississippi.
Biloxi.
But
Come on.
I'm over in Pass Christian. I'm like 45 minutes closer to New Orleans. That's where I grew up. But no, Mississippi State. I went there for like 3 months. The Junction, that's like their Grove. It's just awful. But in high school, it was either you were going to Ole Miss or you're going to Southern Miss, and I didn't want to go to school with anyone from high school, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just go in the middle. But my grandparents lived over in Baton Rouge, and they wouldn't let me use their address to go to LSU, and my parents weren't going to pay out-of-state tuition because they knew that I would not be there very long, and they were right.
How's Southern Miss?
It's awful. In Hattiesburg, that's just a shit town.
Really?
I hated Hattiesburg.
Is Brett Favre still there?
Probably still stealing money.
Oh yeah,
That's the
Oh, yeah, I
craziest
forgot
thing.
about
I forgot all about.
I'm not shit talking Mississippi. I really do. I love where I grew up in my little town of Pass Christian in Bay St. Louis. It actually is beautiful there, but I would have much rather have gone to school and at LSU for sure.
I've been to Clinton, Mississippi. What's that? Mississippi University or something? It's
Oh no, actually it's Clinton is hold on. I think it is just
Mississippi University.
Yeah. is it a Catholic? It's a Catholic college, right?
I think it's private. Yes.
That's what I thought.
You're correct.
I think when one of my volleyball tapes went out, they
Why'd you
sent
go
it to them.
there?
My friend went there.
Like,
And I was visiting him. He was moving out, and that's when I worked like a weird schedule, and he was going on like a Tuesday, and I had like Tuesday, Wednesday off. It's like, hey, I'm driving down. You want to come with me? I was like,
Clinton's
"Sure."
not bad. It's got like it has like a nice pretty brick Walmart. They try to make it look really nice. Like it's closer to Jackson. Jackson's not like you have nice parts of Jackson, and then you have like shit parts of Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when he drove straight down to Bourbon Street in one day, and doing the water bridge at night. Don't
Not for
like
you.
it. No, not the water bridge.
like Pontchartrain or whatever.
Yeah,
Is that what it's called?
yeah, like Pontchartrain
Pontchartrain.
Yep.
I don't know if it's
separates
called
the North Shore from New Orleans.
No, we had it wasn't a tournament. We had a couple baseball games in college in Biloxi. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Biloxi.
Yeah. And we had a blast there, but it was like Atlantic City. It reminded me.
Yeah, because you
like
had
a shitty Atlantic
you had
City.
like back then too. You had like it was like you had all the water parks and like the golf. It was before Katrina, so I remember exactly like that whole area was like mini golf, water parks. Like you had the beach, but the beach is really shitty. It's a pretty
the
drive.
beach. I remember was
but
like
it's shitty.
poo brown.
Yeah, it
was like-
it's golf water. It's gross.
It was
but
nasty. Yeah.
The beach itself, when you're driving, it's a nice drive. Don't get in the water.
That's
but
my
it's a nice drive.
only experience, probably that I'll ever have with the state of Mississippi.
I'll bring
If
it.
you're lucky.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I'll bring it to my
The
mom's
worst
house.
state
She
in
lives
the
she
entire
lives in Long
union,
Beach.
though, is not one you would guess. It's Connecticut. I never want to go back
Facts.
to that state as long as I live.
I've never been there.
It's
Don't
god awful.
good pizza. That's about it.
I actually would like to go to New Haven for their pizza. That's actually
I'm
my-
hungry.
Hot
You know what
dogs
you
and
could
pizza.
use? You could use some Portillos.
Do you want to order Portillo's right now? I'll put it in
I
a quick order.
kind of do.
Hey, shout out to Portillos. You
And I
guys
want-
already know how much we love the food here in Chicago. Obviously, classic spot is Portillo's.
Oh, cheese. I want the cheese. I want my
cheese?
fries.
Do you guys want to order? I'm gonna
I've
been
pop
putting-
one in.
Order a cheese fountain, Dave.
I don't think
There's
you
a
can.
cheese fountain.
Can you order that on Uber Eats?
A cheese fountain.
Just put it in the notes.
Put in the burger.
Please.
You can
Special
get it.
notes.
You know what orders.
You
to
can
put
get it if you would do catering. You could get
in. The cheese fountain.
yes,
Okay.
which obviously holidays around the corner. Like,
Mm-hmm.
give it a look. If last minute, like maybe you couldn't get your hands on that Christmas ham, pivot to Portillo's. It's a great pivot.
Oh, the cheese
Now,
fountain.
what a good like if you were arriving to your like a relative's house that like you had to go to every year and you know that their cooking is just awful, and you all of a sudden see a
Oh.
spread with a cheese fountain. How much better is your day?
So much better.
I also
You're
feel
never
like
forgetting
Italian
that
beef
Christmas.
might be like the best catering food that you can probably get.
It really is.
It's going to be better the next day too. We went through it here when we had our party, we ate it the next day too.
Yeah,
It was
like
awesome.
4 days later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we ate on that forever. It goes a long way.
Does.
Feeds a lot of people. The burgers are nice and hearty. You're not getting skimped on any toppings. Fries are crispy. Oh, I'm starving.
So Italian beef sandwiches. We're talking charbroiled boilers off the boiler. We're talking cheese fries, onion rings, chopped salad, chicken tenders, and of course the beloved Chicago-style hot dog and their famous chocolate cake shake. Now that's depth. Each item is a signature item, and they got the entire squad covered, or you just for yourself, no shame. Portillo's, it always sounds good. Visit your local Portillo's. Or go to portillos.com to order your Italian beef or Chicago dog, or cheese fries, or cake shake for pickup or delivery.
When does Lent start?
You got about 45 minutes until that order's here.
Okay.
There you go, David.
I got you a beef hot, wet, wet. Hot, sweet, wet.
Thank you.
Lent is usually
That's
starts in
the
February.
yeah.
It's always
February,
different.
It's the day after
know.
Fat Tuesday. It's
Yep.
Ash Wednesday.
It's still cold though.
Yeah.
All right,
Pepper
now
egg
that
season's
Megan's
coming.
here,
Pepper
can
egg
we
season's coming.
take a road trip?
To where?
Do we want to go to Mardi Gras?
Yeah, you want to go once in your life for sure.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I will say that like New Orleans though, like if you don't know someone or like have someone that has a house on a parade route, it's a lot.
All right, let's just do St. Louis then.
It's a
No.
it's a
We're
lot.
doing it. We're doing it with Megan in the right way. We're going to New Orleans for Mardi Gras,
Yeah,
and you're gonna show us the ropes.
I can do that. I mean, I'm sure my in-laws would love to have everyone at the
Oh, that
house.
sounds nice actually.
Last time it was Fasoli and John Rich came and met Mr. Making Money's mom and dad, and
I'm great with parents.
she's not like, she's Cuban, but she doesn't really cook that much. She's not a baker, whatever. So she offers, so she goes, do you guys want some cookies? You guys want cookies? And so she runs to the fridge and she gets out a thing of Oreo thins that is half eaten and proceeds to give them. She goes, they're the thins. They're so good. And Fasoli and John Rich ate them on the way across Lake Pontchartrain when we were going to spy on Mincy. So yeah, they would love to have you guys.
Took
Forgot
down a full
about that.
sleeve.
No, I didn't know that it goes through neighborhoods too,
What?
like the parade and everything.
Oh yeah, I mean, like if you're on like a parade route in New Orleans, like you could be if it's $1 million home, multi-million.
And like, are people
but
getting naked on like the neighborhoods too?
not in those really. Those are like day parades. Like that's more you bring your kids. You have like the things that people build and put on the ladders where they can sit in the little like bead catchers. You know what I mean? But if you are on Bourbon Street at any point during the Mardi Gras season, you're seeing tits, you're seeing ass, you're seeing dick, you're seeing vag, like you're seeing it all. And it doesn't matter the age.
And I'm going to
I'm
assume
talking like
that
80-year-olds.
like 99% of it is a bunch of dicks and tits and ass and vag that you do not want to see.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of there are like great sets of like tits walking around, but there's like
Nice.
an old couple that I've seen like every time I've gone almost, and they do different creative stuff. Like the one last time I saw her, her tits are just hanging to her waist, and she did them like Snoopy ears, and she made her belly into a Snoopy. And so she just they had their body painted as Snoopy, and I don't even remember. I think he had an elephant, for obvious reasons.
That's a day to wear the romper.
Yeah, that's a day where you could wear the romper.
Yeah.
Just drop it down.
Snoopy doesn't get enough credit, man.
Shout out Snoopy.
Sleeping
I
on
think
the-
Snoopy gets a ton of credit.
Sleeping on the roof like that though.
Yeah.
Very uncomfortable.
Going fighter jet on it.
Yeah,
His little
know?
buddy Woodstock.
just looking up.
I think Snoop Dogg kind of like overpassed Snoopy, even though he got his name from
Yeah.
him. You don't see that often.
Yeah,
SN
I don't see Snoopy the dog
COWG.
with the solo stove.
they still got the
That's
Snoopy ice
facts.
cream.
What you say?
They still got the Snoopy ice cream or no ice cream bar?
I don't think so. I think it's just SpongeBob now.
Spider-Man's still kicking.
Yeah, Spider-Man is still kicking. You're right.
I bet
They
they got
never
the
really did like a remake of Snoopy. Like
Yeah, which is
everything.
kind of
I thought that they did remake Snoopy.
Did they?
I thought that I think they made it like an updated animated version. I could be wrong on that, but I do remember. I feel like seeing.
we never got a Pixar.
Yeah, but I feel like I saw more like it was closer looking to Pixar than it was like to the cartoon like
3D
newspaper
animation?
cartoon.
Why
Yeah.
don't we make it?
No, we're on
Winnie the Pooh.
We're on Winnie the Pooh. One animated character at a time.
Should we make a mid-show shirt and have all of us be characters?
Eeyore,
I'll be sleeping on the roof.
Tigger, Piglet.
What the fuck? I want to be
Who owns
Tigger.
rights to Snoopy?
It's classic Peanuts.
And you're Christopher Robin.
I'll be Christopher Robin.
You would be a Christopher Robin.
Leaving us for
Couldn't
dead
think
in the
of his
woods.
name.
2024.
Yeah, it looks like in 2024 they're making a new Snoopy movie.
See, I thought I had
hell
saw
yeah.
a newer Snoop.
Spoken into existence.
Shout out my brain.
Apple is
Yeah.
doing it. Has
Really?
Apple made anything good besides Ted Lasso?
I've heard Sneaky Apple has a ton of good shit. No one knows about it though.
Severance.
that-
Severance.
What's that about, Dougie?
Doug says.
It's a split brain show. It's just pretty much living in two different worlds. I believe they're on their second or third season coming up.
It's supposed to be very good. Yeah, I've
Adam
heard that.
Scott's in it. Very good show.
Yeah, I heard it's great too.
I like him
Really?
too.
It's like a blue pill, red pill type thing, kind of, right?
That's interesting.
Like you get
Yeah.
to choose if.
Yeah, like half the people know what's going on, half the people don't. It's an interesting show.
We just had Lance's buddy in here, Nick Naracini. He's a big YouTuber, and he was telling me about a thing called the red pill side of like the internet.
Yeah, have you never heard of that?
I didn't know that.
They are the worst men in the world.
I know some of the people who are in it, but I didn't know like this was a thing.
Why
I
are they
know-
the worst men in the world?
What?
Because
what
they
is
they
this?
believe that like women should just be super like submissive to them at all times and like should listen and speak when spoken to.
Oh,
and
they're like doing Gilead. from
Yeah.
Handmaid's
yeah,
Tale.
but it's like awful. Like they're just like they're like people
Gilead's
that
pretty awful.
Yeah,
they
Gilead
just-
is a bad place.
when the
Plus
women
they're
are their
standard.
property.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Then
it's
it's awesome.
bleh,
Yeah.
bleh.
Yeah,
Here and there, I do think Gilead had the right idea, though.
they just went too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they got cocky.
I was very unfamiliar. Have you ever gotten tangled up in it?
I've
Can you explain what it is? Because I've never heard of it. I don't think.
She just kind of said it's like
it's just like men think that women are their property and like the way that they treat them like they think that if you treat women like shit, like they will like you more and want to be with you. So
Oh,
like,
they're one of those.
so it's like
that-
they bash like they talk down to them. They're just like I'm like you listen to me type.
But, okay.
Andrew
but
Tate
You're
guys.
making this. At first I thought this was like a
Just Google
like
red
anonymous
pill. So
like
it's,
deep internet thing, or is it just a bunch of?
oh
douchebags
no
on
no
the
there's
internet?
people there's people who you like like
You said you know a few people.
So
who's in it.
he pulled a few up on the episode that are like these other streamers that like they'll pop up on my TikTok and they just like say things and you're like, what is wrong? Like, and they say it so like
with such like
declaratively.
Yeah.
Like,
Matter-of-factly.
Like the debate is closed.
yeah, it's like women are nothing and that's it.
and
Like
he was dating like a top 5 most popular porn star in the game right now, and he was saying how he's like they like come after him a lot.
yeah, but then like you're a cuck, probably like all of that
Like
type
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like why would you
is it
ever
called
let your
red
woman?
pill, though?
Do you know more, Lance? I mean, you might. I don't know. It's your
I don't know,
brother.
let me Google.
So I don't really know why they're calling it red pill. I think it's something with like the Matrix, like you're on one side or the other.
Right.
Not really sure. Then like these guys though, I think it really started where it came from like guys being losers, where they like didn't get girls, and it was blanketed in a way where it's like be strong, be a strong man, and then it like
Yeah.
went too far, and then it was basically like, wow, men are just clearly it's really bad, and like a lot of the guys that are like kind of hating on my friend, it's super funny because it's like. I mean, credit to them, they built a career, but like you've built a whole career on just shitting on other people, like that you don't know or anything. So I don't know, just bad, weird people in that space.
So the Google, I sound like my mom. Google says used to refer to a process by which a person's perspective is dramatically transformed, introducing them to a new and typically disturbing understanding of the nature of a particular situation. Like I had no idea what the horror of these animal sufferers before they got my plate. Then I took the red pill and now I can never go back. So essentially just being like,
Yeah, I get that. That's like the Matrix thing.
Yeah,
I wonder
but
why this group of people
I don't know,
call themselves the
red
the
pill.
Red Pill Society.
Then they enter something called the manosphere.
ugh, gross.
Is this real?
Right, that's the article I'm reading.
And then once you get there, is that like their nirvana?
No,
Like
yeah,
they have a bunch of naked bitches waving palm fronds on them while they drink Mai Tais on the beach.
It does sound like they just fantasize about being in Handmaid's Tale, based on what you guys are saying.
Yeah.
Have you guys watched that movie Don't Worry Darling yet on Netflix with Harry Styles in it?
I saw
No.
parts of it.
You need to watch the rest of it because that's I don't want to like spoil anything, but it's very like
Spoil it.
I don't know. I'm not doing that.
All
But
right.
it's very. It's
How
just,
old is it?
It just came out. It's like
Right.
it's. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had like it was one of those movies like you didn't know like what the outside like what was affecting. Like you couldn't figure out whether it was aliens. Is it this? Is it that? You're like, why is this? What is this? Like what's happening? And then all of a sudden there's this dramatic twist,
It was men.
and you're like, what the fuck?
Damn, that got smoked on reviews too. I didn't.
There's a lot of drama leading up to it. That's when Harry Styles was dating Olivia
Yeah.
Wilde.
But I mean, it was in my. There's a lot of movies though that like get smoked that I personally enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I like, I'll look and see the audience score is 98, but the Rotten Tomatoes score is like a 7. I'm like, I'll probably love this
You're
movie.
right. Yeah. Are you gonna see the Sydney Sweeney movie?
Which one is that?
That's with the Glenn Powell. You know how they're saying like she,
Yeah.
like everyone's like, oh, but she's definitely cheating on her civilian.
Well, they broke up.
I think they're still together.
The civilian, I'm pretty sure they're broke up because of Glenn Powell. Yeah,
I don't think you're right. Pull it up.
I don't know. I thought I heard that. I could be wrong though. I think I said I watched that Obama movie a couple nights ago.
I watched that too.
Well, can you
Did
give
you
me a
like the end?
premise?
It was
It's kind of predictable. I feel like
I didn't think
as soon as she got into that basement, I was like, okay, here we
Is
go.
that the one on Netflix that everyone's
Yeah.
talking
No,
about?
I enjoyed it.
It was fine.
I want to watch it because I have
I
supposedly
didn't regret the 2 hours.
Does it have
No,
a
I
scene
did.
about Teslas in it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And it's kind of it's
okay.
creepy.
I just
It's
wanted. Did you
creepy.
see your Teslas are being recalled, Edo?
No, what's going on?
The autopilot, like Elon Musk, is like recalling all Teslas or something because of the autopilot feature.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Does yours have autopilot? No, right?
I have autopilot. I don't have self-driving.
Oh, that's
Maybe it is self-driving, but I thought I said autopilot. I could be wrong, but you should probably Google that to see if you're under warranty.
The self-driving was like an extra 10K. I was like, I'm okay.
yeah. That's
I'll
one
drive
where
myself.
you're like, come pick me up at the bar.
Yeah, you could do the summon.
Yeah.
So
That's,
like,
That's
fucking
fucking
cool.
Sweet. That's fucking sweet. Like you're calling a dog.
Yeah.
yeah, but
See,
like,
I think my push to start my was starting from inside. Was it called?
Yeah.
Was it
remote
remote
starter.
Yeah. I think that's like the coolest thing ever.
It's
yeah.
a big feature.
It was. Mine's
Now that I live here,
That's
it's
a
even
great-
bigger.
That's a great. I was gonna say it's a great cold weather feature.
Hell yeah.
and hot weather in the summer.
I don't know. I can deal with a hot car. I can't deal the cold though.
press a button, but I wouldn't trust that in like a grocery store. It's gonna smoke a shopping cart.
No, I feel
know.
like it would work. It could go through traffic.
I don't know.
Looks like Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell were just mere rumors.
Yeah.
But a lot of places did report about it, even though it was just
Yeah.
rumors.
Come on.
Look I saw that video of her looking at him.
Right.
You don't look at just your co-star that way.
Yeah, right now they're
See
just
it,
rumors.
yeah.
Did she give him those Nala eyes?
It was.
Let me see
maybe
this
even,
video.
Maybe
I'll-
even
I'll-
Now
beyond
Dave's
that.
interested.
Professional actress, chief. Professional actress.
I don't think she was acting in that moment.
I started that. Actually, I fell asleep like right at this scene, but I started the.
She had. It was that I'm enamored with this guy.
He's dating a nice Italian American man from Taylor Street in Chicago.
I
so-
thought Dave said they broke up.
No, he didn't know shit. E News Dave, that's not a good.
He knew Dave.
Come on, that was the biggest.
Dave's never steered me wrong before.
I could have swore I heard that. I don't know. Whatever.
What?
He's never steered you wrong before.
No, not that I can recall.
All right. What do you think about the Epstein list getting released?
I haven't seen it.
I can't believe.
out
the
I pulled
couple
it up.
weeks.
I pulled up the Daily Mail this morning at like 9 a.m. and I saw it. I'm like, then I go to Twitter to see if anybody's talking about it, and then I just miss it overnight or something, like sleeping.
No.
No one's talking about it.
No, because
Oh.
the names aren't out there yet.
Yeah.
So the names cut.
People have been begging for them to release these names.
But now they say they will. But it's. I don't know why you can't just do it right away. It's
I don't
within a
understand that
couple of
process
weeks.
either. Yeah.
Comes out like Jan 2. I saw. I think. Hey Dave, it's not gonna happen either.
No, I don't think it is.
That people get murdered before that happens. Like, oh, what do you know?
People
This plane
would get
crash went
murdered,
down with
yeah.
the judge on it.
Right. Just so happens that everyone that knew
Yeah.
anything was on this plane.
Today
Like
was
Exactly.
yeah.
Did you ever find the Malaysia flight?
But it's
that
like
plane? Did we ever find that?
There's theories.
There's theories.
I found pieces of it.
Allegedly.
This was Dante's Super Bowl. Like he,
Dude, this should be everybody's Super Bowl.
It
This
should
is
be.
not in the Dante category.
No,
the
this
Epstein
isn't.
file should be on like how
yeah,
we
but
don't
he's
talk.
on. But he's been on the beat. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like he's been on the. He made an ugly sweater with Epstein on it.
Did?
Like, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I bet you it did well too.
Yeah, just say
definitely.
Epstein didn't kill himself. Was it?
Yeah,
Something
something like
like
that.
that,
This
something
ornament ain't
didn't.
gonna hang itself or something. It was clever.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it was. That's what it was. This ornament didn't hang itself, and it was a picture of
That's really
Epstein.
funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
I think
Epstein.
I'm guessing it did well.
Yeah.
It's a little silly goofy.
But
Yeah. There's no way.
I don't know how it's not like every single news outlet on earth isn't talking about. I don't know. I feel like
I mean, if it was front of the Daily Mail, it's on the New York Post, it's on the New York Times. Like everybody's talking about it. It's just like the steam will pick up when they're like, Clintons did that shit. That's
gonna
when
be
it'll
a
pick
lot of
up.
people.
Well, it's like
from both sides.
117 people.
Allegedly.
It's like
177. Yeah.
107, yeah.
Did you guys see that guy? He's like a TikTok. I think he's a YouTuber too. That like went and found like Epstein Island, and like was a guy like snuck on and like found the pyramid,
Oh, no,
and
I
like
didn't see that.
Did.
it was like he got, and like there's supposedly like he got chased off by security. Like there's still like security on the island that is like keeping shit sealed.
But
Yeah.
it wasn't. It just left me wanting more.
Right.
Because he didn't get in anywhere.
But it was a big temple at the top where it was
Yes.
like, I was like, what's going on in there?
It just made me
there's
have more questions.
the thing that he's got George Bush with the little airplane, the cartoon of George Bush painting. You seen that where he's sitting on the floor like a child, and he's basically like doing like a 9/11 joke in the painting. He's got Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky's blue dress, the cum stain dress.
Yeah.
Like he's got like, this is like oddly specific art, where it's like it has to be something.
Do you guys also find it so eerie, the whole folded dollar bill thing where it looks like the Twin Towers?
Yeah.
I've seen that before too.
Like that is the craziest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like how does that
There's
happen?
a lot of weird shit on the dollar bill.
Never know.
But yeah, no, I will be all over that.
You think there's going to be some highly unsuspecting names on there?
Is this yours?
Like a Nickelodeon star or something?
I did bring it in here, but I couldn't undo the
Yeah, there's
thing.
going to be some.
Well, and I wonder if that's what's taken so long to get a release, is because the article that I read, it said it's going to be like clients, collaborators, and then victims' names are on that list as well.
Oh.
So like
Yikes.
if they're gonna, I wonder if they're like trying to protect the victims by like, hey, we have to remove it. But then that muddles it too, because then if you if you had to take a black line to certain names, you'd be like, oh, those are all victims. It's like, where's Bill Clinton on this? And then it could just be, you just never know. I'm very curious to see how this comes out.
Because there's already been names that are wild.
Like who?
Like I think I don't
Like
know.
Oprah?
Alleged, yeah.
Like-
I think I saw like Chris Tucker or something.
Yeah, like it was
Tucker.
random.
So I don't know how it could get more random.
If it's like a Ben Savage,
But
or Corey or Boy Meets World.
There are people like that.
I really hope that Adam
they're-
Sandler's not on that list.
You know who
That'd be devastating.
I would be so sad.
Cusack was on it on one of the
Yeah.
blogs.
Wow.
But then they have like
I would never take the joke to that extreme.
they have MIT professors. They have president of
Yeah.
Harvard. They have like
he was
very
trying
into
to
like
get-
science and academia world too.
I don't like the word academia.
Why not?
I don't know. Just didn't. My ears kind of went. Bleh.
You prefer macadamia?
I love
Nut cookies?
macadamia nuts.
We know.
Yeah, I haven't had one in a while.
But I don't know. I'm sure some people. I'm sure there were like the fucking criminal weekends weren't all the time. Some people just went to.
I feel like if
they
you
were
go
a
to
plus
that
one.
island, if you go to that island, you know what you're getting into.
I also feel like there's a difference between people who went there pre and post conviction, because he got convicted and he was on like house arrest, and like everyone was like, oh, it's sex crimes,
Sure.
whatever, and then it's like, you know what? Let's go back to that island.
Yeah.
Go back. It's like, hey, it's 2009. Why are you fucking hanging out with this guy?
But I do think sometimes you're just like, hey, someone gave you an invite to a Blackhawks suite, or someone invited you to,
for sure. He
to
was.
Green Day, and you had no idea, and then it's like, yo, you went to that Green Day concert with that guy? He was.
I'm sure there
Tribute.
are like a billion celebrities of like politicians, businessmen, celebrities, whatever that are that as soon as all that stuff started breaking are
Dude,
shooting their
why do
pants
you
that
think
had
people
no
still keep getting killed?
fucking clue
Yes.
what was
Yeah.
going on.
That would happen to me. Someone would be like, "Hey, you want to go to this free trip to this island?" I'll be like, "Hell
Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
And then I show up and I'm like, "I'm gonna get
I
sacrificed."
think they probably like considering what they were doing. I'm sure they vetted the people that
very well. They had
very
to
well
have.
that they knew they could like.
Yeah.
Muscle him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still say, I don't.
But that's like the other thing too, is like it's all blackmail. Like
Mhm.
you're gonna put you in this position where you're guilty or compromised, and like we'll release these tapes, we'll release these lists.
That is kind of fucking crazy that he was even ever taken in.
Who, Epstein?
Yeah.
What do you mean taken in?
He just knew so many people. Like, it's crazy that.
But
they
that
ever-
and then like no one really knows his origin story. He was like a school teacher and then somehow got in investment banking with no degree or no nothing.
It's such an insane story.
It makes no sense.
Whenever it's released, should we have
And
just a
it's like
whole
that-
episode about it?
Just break down every name and
Yeah.
just go on
I
Wikipedia and see what.
I mean the documentaries in the coming years are going to be wild.
But that's like the thing. There's been a bunch of documentaries
yeah.
and they haven't really said anything. Like there was no like new news. A lot of times, like when you watch a documentary on true crime or something like that, you're like, holy fuck. When I watch the Epstein ones, I'm like, we already know all this stuff. Like all that stuff's already out there.
I'm saying like hopefully one day. It could be
Yeah.
next week. It could be next
Yeah,
decade.
but you know what
But I
that is?
feel like
It's
all-
already. It's just people like to jump on and try to make something.
Yeah.
Like, and that's
Oh, yeah.
unfortunate. Like, there's already a fucking book out about those Idaho murder girls.
Really?
That was only a year ago, right?
They
If that.
There haven't even been a trial yet. Like, and someone has already written a book about that.
Well, I will say I feel like TikTok has like brought out all of these like true crime like junkies and like people like helped solve that crime essentially from what I understand like through TikTok. Like
That crime?
I think so.
No.
What was it? That was it. Not that one. I thought it was that.
I mean, I'm sure
Don't
they think
fuck
they
with
have.
cats.
Maybe
Kinda
that would. But
Yeah.
but I think like just like the internet is so like
sleuthy.
yeah. They
Can't get
just-
away with anything anymore.
No, look, they have time. People have time.
Oh,
I rewatched Don't Fuck with
Every-
Cats the other day, and it was crazy, like the way that they went through and like we're looking at light posts and street lights and this and that, and I'm like, I would have never thought to do that.
Yeah, I don't know stuff like that.
Luca Magnota.
Magnota.
Sick fuck.
Detectives are gonna start citing TikTokers, like according to user
Yeah.
yeah.
B-ball boys 69 green screen video. The clues add up here.
I will say though, there's still was that dude ever? Was there ever that guy? Was he Manny or whatever his name was? Remember, like the mom was like, "There's this guy that's threatening him and making him do all this stuff. It's not him."
Oh, I vaguely remember that. I haven't watched that in years.
Yeah, but when I watched it, I was like, there was another hand. Like she some of her facts did add up.
Yeah.
There was
It's
something.
weird.
Yeah.
But he still did that shit.
But still, it's like that guy started writing this book as the news was coming out. Like he was like, "Oh, this is happening."
I gotta
These-
capitalize on
these
tragedy.
Dollar signs in his eyes,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
You
And, like,
gotta-
don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, like a lot of like the true crime sleuths on TikTok, or whatever they have, like they go too far, and they fuck innocent people's lives.
yeah,
over.
like
But at the same time, they do provide good with like notice and bringing light to what's going on.
And it's also like there's only so many resources in the world. So like there's probably thousands of unsolved murder going on right now. So if you can have like the citizenry do a few,
Yeah.
that can push
That would
them
be
on,
sick.
like you're saying with who was the California killer with
Yeah, the Golden State Killer.
Patton Oswalt's wife was like
Yeah.
the one driving the boat on that. Rest in
Awareness
peace.
brings
Yeah.
tips, and tips bring like
Yep.
new leads. So.
that show, America's Most Wanted, led to like hundreds of unsolved murders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was because Walsh, his son, was abducted in like a.
Right.
Serious.
That was a great show. I wonder whatever happened with him or that, because it was very popular.
Probably still going to some degree, right?
What the?
America's Most Wanted, or
America's
yeah,
Most
America's
Wanted.
Most Wanted.
I haven't seen that in a while. I don't know. Like I wonder who the most wanted man in America is right now.
You could look it up. The FBI is the top 10 most wanted.
Yeah,
They
it was
got 'em
Osama
all.
forever, obviously. But it's like a lot of terrorists and people like that. I don't think
It's a lot of
them are.
a lot of it is actually like cartel Mexico people.
Yeah, now that
That's-
makes sense now. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Right.
a lot of it's that. There was this guy.
Yeah, right now it's Yulin Ande Argi. I'm
There it is.
butchering. Yeah.
They still got that. They took 2 people off recently who were like wild. The Robert Fisher guy.
Why?
I've
They're
talked
no
about
longer
him
wanted,
before.
or
It's just like been so long, and like I think it's just like unfortunately a totem pole to these things where it's like we could get this person now with more notice.
Wait, who's Donald Eugene Fields? Can we go back to that list?
Yeah, I know. That's what I was just looking at too. I don't know.
And the lady second from him, she looks like just a nice lady.
How many? What do you
What
think
could
she
she
did?
have done? What could
Let's
she have
figure
done?
that out.
She could be a bad bitch. She could.
Probably not good.
What? Probably like a bunch of fraud.
If she's on here, it's not good.
spiking drinks.
No, they're not throwing fraud on this.
No, this is federal pound me in the ass prison. Is Michael Bolton?
What is it? I can't
Says
read it.
large scale fraud.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh,
wow.
There we go, Megan.
Corrected.
It's almost like you knew her.
Large
Almost
scale.
Seems
like
to have
I-
defrauded investors for billions of dollars
Hell
all
yeah.
over the world.
You go, girl.
We're talking Billies.
Billies.
I don't think she should be on that list.
I think, yeah.
She got away with that.
Fire-
Yeah,
buyer
finders
beware.
keepers, right?
Yeah.
Where do they suspect that she is, Lance?
The island,
Does it say?
Belize.
Mississippi.
Where would you hide if
I
you were on the 10 most wanted
believe-
list?
They They think she would be in New York City or went back to her home of Bulgaria.
Bulgaria,
she's done.
gone.
Yeah.
She's gone.
She's living in the best house in Bulgaria right now.
She's with Andrew Tate.
I think that'd be easier to find.
There's no
way,
extradition
dude. That
clause.
there's
that what it
not
is?
like.
She's probably funding Bulgaria. They're like, yeah, we'll keep you safe.
Yeah, no problem.
I feel like that Eastern Bloc is just like a black hole of mystery.
That's exactly why it's
Hungary, Bulgaria, Romania. That's up north.
There was one I was watching again a TikTok the other day. It was like one of the hardest countries to like get into. I forgot what it was called, but
Poland, no.
I don't know. It was a place I had never heard of. But like supposedly they didn't have any cases of COVID. Like it was like
Oh, that was
Atlantis.
yeah. No, that
Seychelles.
was no. It's a Stan country.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. I just don't want to be wrong.
Yeah.
Kazakhstan?
No, it's not Kazakhstan because they have like the crazy,
I was
crazy
reading this the
dictator
other day
guy.
too. I know what you guys are. It was one of the stand countries. Hold on.
Oh, what the fuck? And they have that like. This is I feel like we've done an episode on this guy way back, like old.
Was that in that?
It's Turkmenistan.
Yeah,
Turkmenistan.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
one.
yeah.
I was reading this too. It's got all that sweet architecture.
Yeah, it's crazy, but you
And
can't get
it's
in
like
there.
Ghost Town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like the founder of their country like rewrote, or like wrote a book. It's basically like the Quran, but he's like, this is an updated Quran.
Yeah,
Like,
so-
I wrote this.
By the way, this is how we're gonna do shit now.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, were they in that Dark Tourist show, Chief?
yes.
Okay, yes.
And then like their dictator guy, like he's, you know how like Putin did all those, he had, like was riding horseback and he had like all these like propaganda pictures
Yeah.
like 10, 15 years ago. This guy took that and he was like, I'm going to make myself an action hero.
Yeah,
Like,
he looks
has,
cool as hell.
He has like videos where he's like riding a horse. He's got videos like
A huge fur hat too.
you know,
like
the fur hat. He has another one where he's like basically like a G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
He's just like killing people. And it's like the worst edited video you've ever seen. But he's just like, my people have never seen anything better than this. They don't even know what Photoshop is.
I don't even think they have internet.
Barely.
Yeah,
I don't think
it's
they
like-
do. Yeah.
Like the girl that was doing the TikTok was like I could like it was very spotty and you couldn't pull up very many.
They
like,
also have like this lava pit too.
That's crazy.
Like, he just rides a dirt bike around this big like lava pit and it's in like the middle of the desert. Guy's sweet. Turkmenistan.
Fun facts.
Man.
This also reminds me of something else. I want to see if I can find the old email.
From Turkmenistan?
Before Barstool, there was a moment in time where, yeah, I do have it.
Uh-oh. What is it, Chief?
Well,
We're all on our toes.
Yeah.
They're going to
what's going
Dubai
on
to
here?
get peed on?
actually, I'm not gonna bring it up. But
No,
like,
no,
my-
no, no,
there,
you-
there-
What?
There
Wow.
there was a moment where like I was with this company that was going bankrupt, and we had a deal. We had a few deals that fell through, and then this company that came through, these guys that came through, that put in an offer, were from Turkmenistan. And like, so I would try to like Google and research like some of the names, and these names are like 36 letters long, and it would just be like Minister of the Interior is this guy's dad, and the kid who was like trying to facilitate the deal went to Fordham, so he was like educated in the United States,
American
but like
educated,
he's
yeah.
like one of the aristocracy, and you would like try to like look up something in their country, and like there's nothing you can find like on anybody in anything that has to do with that country.
It's crazy.
It is.
It's really
Yeah.
crazy.
Is there a
Yeah.
U.S. embassy? Is there like any of that?
I don't know if there is even.
I'll Google.
I don't know. Turkmenistan. Yeah.
It's a wild place.
Yeah.
I highly recommend that Dark Tourist show on Netflix.
Yeah. And there's this other like funny video where Putin gives this prime minister of Turkmenistan like a puppy, like some kind of Russian puppy. And the guy just like picks it up like a savage, like from the back of his neck, and he's like holding it out like from the
That was what Putin
Like the
did.
groundhog?
Without a
yeah.
question.
And then Putin like he's like, okay, like give me that puppy, and he like held Putin like in a moment of compassion was like holding this puppy like,
But,
don't
I
worry,
mean,
I got you.
I remember
There's
that
not one
video
in
that,
there. It's in
No?
It's in Ashgabat, which is all. But they offer it whenever Turkmenistan needs help.
Gotcha.
Mm.
Jeez, that's terrible. Dude,
Yeah.
that's,
Do you want to hear an update on my life?
Yes, of course. Thought you
So
never asked.
my military sister is on leave right now. She's in town. I went out to.
She's the favorite.
She is a favorite, as she should be. But I went out to eat with her, my brother-in-law, and her 3 kids. What was it, Sunday? Whatever it was. And I didn't know this. My brother-in-law's uncle is a history professor wherever. And during the summer when they're out of school, he takes tours So I'm gonna set it up after the New Year, but it's gonna be me, my sister, my brother-in-law. And obviously my uncle-in-law or whatever. It's gonna take us through Bastogne, the Ardennes Forest, Normandy, and we're gonna do the World War II.
It's awesome.
Oh,
That's super cool.
When are you doing that?
June, I'm hoping.
You have to try to kick
Yeah.
out a couple of White Sox Dave challenges while you're there.
Yeah.
What could I do there?
How quick can you storm the beach?
Yeah. That's kind of bad at.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's that's like bucket list for me.
I went to Normandy. This is a long time. It's probably 20 years ago now, and I was like in awe because it's like this kind of eerie, and they have like the
They have all
what
the
do you call it?
bunkers
It's not
and shit,
it's not a graveyard, but it is a graveyard. You have all the white crosses like as
Yeah,
far as the
yeah.
eye can see.
cemetery.
Cemetery, yeah. And then I was on the beach and I was just like looking at it, being like, man, like this, 60 years, whatever, how long ago, 60 years ago is like the bloodiest, reddest. And then this dog walked by and just took a shit. Now it's just a beach.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just a beach now.
There's
Like-
the history hunter or whoever. He's got like the 12, 15-minute videos on YouTube.
Not familiar.
I've done the whole virtual tour of Normandy, but I'm going to do it for real.
Yeah.
Very excited about
It's
it.
exciting.
It's bucket
Cool.
list stuff.
Congratulations. I'm excited for
You're
you.
gonna do
So we
Mardi
would hit
Gras and
France,
Normandy?
Belgium, Germany,
Even all the
and
shit
then it
after
would-
you've
it
talked
would-
about France, or you're gonna go to France?
what are the French going to do? The French are known for being a bunch of yellow
Pussies.
Normandy is way different than the rest of France too.
No,
You
we
should
wouldn't
fight a
hit
French guy
Paris, I
rough
don't
and
think.
rowdy. That'd be awesome.
That'd
Then
be so funny.
The tour would end at the Eagles Nest
Yeah.
Boom.
in the like Swiss
Any
Alps.
Frenchmen want
you
any
imagine
smoke with Dave?
Austria.
Dave just bitching at some French guy through the
With a-
internet. And some
Yeah.
guys
Yeah.
just retorting him with the French.
I'm like 10% French.
Oh hell yeah!
We could fight. There's got to be someone more French.
You guys have never even done your one-on-one basketball.
It's the most
I forgot
anticipated yet unanticipated.
No, I think
basketball
people are
game.
anticipated. It's been 3 years in the works, and now we have this full court basketball, and still somehow that hasn't gotten done.
Sounds like a nice show to enter the year on next year.
Yeah,
Okay.
the one-on-one game.
I'll be practicing over Christmas break.
Perfect.
No, you
Do
won't.
that.
I'll be here in the gym.
Shots up.
Was with me when I was shooting.
Dave did pretty well in the Chili's 3-point shootout.
No, I didn't.
No, he didn't.
He made 4 or 5.
I made
That's
5 and I missed like the last 12 I took.
You did really good with the chicken.
The chicken was an issue. No one believed me because I went first. I'm like, dude, you guys got to make sure you finish the chicken before you take a shot because once you start shooting, you just stop chewing.
No one really did that.
No one
As-
did that.
as the
And
referee-
everybody came back and they're like, dude, you got to make sure you swallow the chicken. I'm like, I told you guys. I gave you I lined up the putt for you.
I was afraid people were like, for a second, people were gonna choke.
On the top of the key.
Yeah,
I caught myself like choking,
Yeah.
that, and I'm like,
Because you
this
get
might be
gas
bad.
after shooting
How much
so many.
time
I mean,
did
Sean
they?
Marion was choking.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
How much time did you have to
A minute 45.
So,
to do the whole thing?
You had to start with the tender, and as soon as you put the tender in your mouth, you could start with the balls.
I
There was
feel
4
like-
balls per
yeah,
rack and a
I
money
think
ball.
you're right. Like you just sit there and eat, and then try to hustle your way through.
Yeah, I didn't. I had it all in my mouth, but I was chewing.
Big T
as
did
I-
that at the
Big
first
T,
time.
like,
He was
held
just hanging
in
it out of his
his
mouth.
Well, that
I
was the
thought that
second
was
round. The
cheating.
I
first
thought that
round,
was so cheap.
the first
Yeah.
round he ate it. He
Him
took his
and
time.
Brandon did that.
What'd
It was
they do?
Bullshit. They just let the chicken hang out of their mouth.
Can't do that.
No, it was bullshit.
Well, they did. They just told me to watch toes. They didn't tell me to watch mouths. So.
Oh yeah, you were the ref. You should have done something about that.
Well, I was told that I just had to watch toes and be supportive.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't embarrass myself and made a couple. That was the only goal I had in that. Not
The
you did
reason-
the worst.
PFT.
Yeah.
But the
He
reason
made-
why I was the referee is because
0.
I was supposed to shoot.
Wait, how many did PFT have?
I think he maybe only had one.
I don't think he made one. I
No,
think
he made
both
one.
Had 0.
I think he made one.
If you're off, you're off. You're
Because
having
we
a
were
bad
doing
3-point
side
day.
bets. We were setting lines for the over.
And when I was shooting in the last rack, it was like that angle where it was kind of behind the backboard.
Yeah, it was tough.
But
it was
I
fun.
already.
Been
However,
practicing
the chicken
basketball
was fantastic.
leading up to this office.
Chicken
Yeah.
crust.
Once it opened, we're just all amazing
Spin
at
runs in.
basketball.
Yeah.
those Friday runs have been pretty good.
It's funny. It doesn't count because of Titus, but I wouldn't. If you take Titus out of the equation, I think that the starting 5 producers would be the starting 5 content, and all the content guys are like the former athletes for the most part.
Oh, but they're former athletes too.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
And
I
they're
mean,
younger.
like you're talking
Yeah.
about basically Reed and Lance are the 2 best guys. in the
Lance,
office.
what's his name? Can dunk.
Lance with that
Reed.
hockey stick
Or Reed.
still.
No,
Yeah.
no.
MVP.
I'm blanking on.
Hey, they're 10 years younger.
Memes?
Yeah, memes can't dunk,
Is that what you're
No,
talking about?
I was talking
but
about
memes
yes.
can play.
Yeah, memes is pretty good.
Who can dunk besides Lance or Reed?
White boy Rick.
Wickle.
Oh, White Boy
no,
Rick.
He wasn't around for the producer ball, but okay.
Hinkle is not bad.
Hinkle can run around all day too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got
Got a
that
lot of
stamina.
energy.
So then
And he
who would
actually
be
wants
the
him,
the starting five for the content side?
I'm taking Titus out.
Okay.
So I guess Big Cat,
Big T.
Big
Big
T,
T.
maybe Brandon, but he's
Hank.
just
Oh.
old. Hank can shoot.
Hank's good.
Hank can drill a little bit.
No, Hank can play.
Who's Jack Mack playing with? He can't shoot for his life, but he's like,
Jack McCarthy's he's like a Rondo.
yeah, he's good.
Like he can't shoot, but he can get to the
Everything
basket.
else, yeah.
So you might need him.
Yeah, he's good.
Would he be content though?
Yeah, he would not be content.
Well,
No.
but I mean, with him being on Pick'em, I feel like he's in enough Smacky's in enough content.
But like, do
think he
producer
was-
bowl rules if you're what your job is. Like
But he didn't
I'm
even
not
get the producer
content.
role, I don't think.
Because he'll use on vacation. That's the only reason.
Oh yeah, Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, yeah, they would. They have Reed and Lance. Those are the two best guys. So they would probably win.
But they don't have him on height. You know, they still got Big Cat, Brandon. Like
I don't think
Lance
Brandon's on the starting.
Brandon's
Lance and Reed,
gassed.
like they're great, but their biggest thing was they're getting all the boards. They're taller than everyone.
Yeah, they
Che
still
could,
are.
I don't know if Che can play, but
No,
he's
they're not
pretty
taller.
tall.
Che's
Big Cat.
okay.
He's not bad.
Yeah.
Big T, hell of a stretch four.
Yeah,
He's like-
Big T has never set foot in the paint in any game we've played.
It's funny because he's the largest human in
Yeah.
the office. He has that I don't know how he does it. It's the softest touch ever where if it just hits the rim, it just trickles slowly down the rim. It's just soft. He's got that shooter's touch.
Yeah.
I think we're giving you guys business. Not gonna lie.
I think you are too.
Yeah.
But Reed.
I think what it sounds, I think Titus should be eligible if it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chief, would you not be part of that?
Part of what?
Content.
Your team? At least
The
part
content
of the mix?
team?
Yeah, part of the content team.
Yeah,
I
you
think I would be borderline for that 5.
I think you'd definitely be 6 man at least.
I think
'cause
by
you're playing the
process of
most too.
elimination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's
well,
Nicky?
I'm-
How's Nicky Smokes?
Smokes is good.
He's okay.
Smokes is good.
Chief, I think you're a starter. I think you'd be a starter on their team. You got a good 3. You're a physical guy.
What about Donnie,
Art
Chef
Fowler?
Donnie?
He's brown nose.
Chef Donnie stinks.
Okay.
So I'd
Well,
say this is
Wonton?
probably the starting 5.
No.
Would probably be you, Titus, Big T,
Big Cat.
Big Cat, and
Hank.
Hank.
Yeah.
Nicky
So we don't
Smokes
really.
off the bench, or would Nicky Smokes take your spot?
Smokes is probably ahead of me, I
Yeah.
would say. But we don't have a point guard then.
Are you better than Big Cat?
I'm probably about the
Same.
same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
You could drain 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's it.
That's it. It's the show. Tune in next week or after
No.
break when we have the
After the
producer.
break. Well,
New
we'll be-
year,
yeah.
new us.
We'll be here on. There will be an episode on Thursday, so tune into that.
Tune into that
Should we
too,
say
yeah.
it? Should we say it? Should we say
See
it?
you next
Say
year.
it.
See you next year.